Hey, this is Jim McDonald. Welcome to episode 125 of the PowerCast. This episode is Furious Pete. We've been trying to get Pete on since the beginning of the show over 2 years ago. And he's finally here, finally came down from Canada to play with us here at the PowerCast and the Super Training Gym. Great episode with Pete. We got into how he got into competitive eating and his battle with anorexia and the issues he's had with cancer recently and how he's survived those. Just a great show with Pete. Just super likable guy. And we enjoy the hell out of having him here. We're actually, I'm recording this today on Monday. You will see this episode on Wednesday or later. So keep in mind that it's almost Christmas. It's just kind of sort of the last throes of being able to order things online and get them in time for Christmas. So remember our sponsors when you do that, howmuchyoubench.net, pick up a slingshot there, thepowermagazine.com, cavemancoffeeco.com. That's where I got this hat. This hat's awesome, by the way. It's the best hat that they've done ever. It's pirate life, that's what it is. It's awesome. Live the pirate life with some caveman coffee. Compex USA at shopcompex.com or compexusa.com. It's an investment in your own fitness and well-being. 8Man Strong at 8manstrong.com. We always have people in the gym wearing 8Man gear. Powerlifters everywhere love it. So check out 8Man gear at 8manstrong.com. Last but not least, Rogue Fitness at thepowercast.com/rogue. Check them out. Excellent equipment, excellent apparel, excellent mobility stuff, a lot of which is from Kelly Starrett, our friend Kelly. Check it out, roguefitness.com. Get your orders in fast so you can get them by Christmas. Or, hey, if you get money for Christmas, a good place to spend it is with all of our sponsors. Do us a favor, like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to this channel. We appreciate all those things. And enjoy this episode, because you will. Pete's great. Thanks.
Dick.
Bitch, please.
First word of the podcast will be dick.
Dick Lickerson. He needs an intro person.
Our intro guy?
Yeah.
How would we do that?
Recorded live.
Actually,
Super
I'm the
Training
intro
Gym
to the
West
intro,
Sacramento,
typically.
This is Mark Bell's PowerCast.
PowerCast.
Alongside Silent Mike and
How much
Jim
do you think that guy
McGee.
weighs?
Here's your host, Mark Bell.
130 pounds.
That's what everyone guesses. He's actually fat.
Oh.
He weighs what he sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a chubster, that's for sure. Oh my God, we're here today with Furious Peteness.
Hello.
Furious Patuski.
Yeah.
Patuski.
Yeah, he's
Czerwinski.
He's fucking
Petski. He's Polish.
I am.
Mr. Kilbasa.
Mr. Kobasa, yes.
Who's from Poland?
What?
Are you from Poland?
I mean, I was born in Canada. I was born and raised in Canada. Both my parents came
There's
from
a red
Poland.
flag. Get it? Red flag. Get it? Come on. Get it.
funny. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
The Polish flag is also red.
Oh, and the Russian. Oh, yeah. Hey. All right. Anyway,
Anyways,
I'm full of stupid jokes. You can punch me.
I was made in Poland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then born in
Can
Canada.
I get a hey now?
Hey now, yeah.
So you made the trip as a bun in the oven.
Yes, indeed, indeed. And then I plopped out, and here I am today.
So both your parents are from Poland.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's pretty cool.
Is it?
How'd
Yeah.
you get the name Furious?
I was one day creating a YouTube channel, so I don't remember what I was uploading.
That's not a real job. Is that what you do?
One day when I was 7, I
not
was
really- it's
working
not
on
really
my
a
YouTube
job.
channel.
So I
He sounds like he has like a hammer and nails and stuff. Working on my YouTube channel.
I was uploading some videos on YouTube to participate in some kind of bodybuilding challenge. It was an eating contest, but it was a challenge to win some supplements. And I needed a name online, and my name was taken, Peter Czerwinski. I'm like, okay.
There's another Peter Czerwinski out there?
There is.
What
Yeah,
the
that's
fuck?
crazy. There's a lot
Fuck
of
that guy.
There's a lot of Polacks out there, and then I tried. Then I knew a couple friends that had emails with Furious in them, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna try this Furious thing. It's just for a username, anyways. And then Furious Pete was taken, and I was like, what the? Okay, Furious Pete 123 was available. So I took that, and that was my username to begin with on YouTube, and then took it from there. It was
So
Furious
your
Pete.
real name is Furious Pete 123.
Yeah.
Oh,
on
all right.
YouTube.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought
but it's
real
actually
life.
now YouTube, because they like me, they redirected it to Furious Pete.
Nice.
Yeah.
You stole
So they
it.
I won that privilege.
So they killed the other guy?
They killed the other
Okay,
guy.
good.
Yeah. But on Snapchat, I couldn't get it.
Oh, really?
I'm Furious Pete 123 on Snapchat.
Yeah, I tried to
They
get
took
Silent
it.
Mike's, and nobody uses it, or somebody has it, but they don't use it.
Yeah,
So
it's always
annoying.
like that. They just try and fuck with you, and
Bastards.
just they want you
Yeah.
to pay them thousands of dollars for the new
Yeah,
account.
fuck you. I don't need that shit.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
don't
pick
either.
something
I'll be
stupid.
Silent Mike 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't either, but everyone keeps asking, "Hey, don't you have Snapchat?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." It's got 1, 2, 3 on it, all right?
Yeah.
Snapchat's only for nudies, right?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
know
yeah, dick
your
pics.
fiancé's not watching.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you want to see my penis.
Dickpics.com or org?
No, just
Furious
Snapchat.
Dick.
Oh,
Furious
Snapchat.
Dot Oregon.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Furious porn.
Oh.
Whoa. What?
That's the answer to why so furious.
Furious porn.
I specialize in butthole bleaching.
Oh, I'm into that.
Oh, we're very familiar here on the podcast with bleached assholes.
Yeah, I mean, when you poop so much, when you're a competitive eater.
You kind of have to. We
I know.
So
really
here's I got a couple questions for you. Now you brought up bleached assholes. So are you still shaving it and waxing it and then bleaching it on top of that,
Oh.
or are you bleaching it to make it look like it's just bald?
It all depends.
Or like
Yeah.
Eminem, right? If you
I
have a
think you
hairy butthole and you bleach it, then it looks like Slim Shady back there.
Yeah.
it all depends on the mood, right?
Oh, like the time of year kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so. You want to keep a little bit warm up there. You know.
Oh,
If
so
it's
the winter it's brown.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's
Oh.
still bleached,
Oh.
but there's no shave.
Oh,
Yeah.
back to the hair.
It's cold in Toronto, right? I mean,
You know what's funny? I came here to Sacramento, and I was like, "Damn, it's gonna." I'm going to California. Like I'm used to going to LA.
Yeah,
I
a
go to
little
LA
different.
several times a year, and I'm just like, okay, t-shirt weather, short weather. Even in the winter, like you can get away with
He
shorts
brought
and
his
t-shirt.
bikini.
Yeah, and I landed here, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's colder here than it is in Toronto.
And he promptly got shuttled to a hotel.
Yeah,
He was all excited.
I was so excited to go to Mark's hot tub, and here I got shuttled to a hotel.
Yeah, I've seen some of your videos before. I'm like, this pervert's not staying with me.
It's like, oh man.
Fucking twisted bastard.
All right, so bleached butthole because you eat a lot of food. How many poops do you take a day?
Well, it all depends on how much you're eating, right?
Yeah, that's why
No,
I'm asking you.
have you had some catastrophic poop situations due to being like a professional eater?
I have. I mean, I remember there were moments where it's like, there'd be times when I first started competitive eating. When I first started competitive
How many
eating.
years ago?
So this is like in 2008.
Let's back up a little bit before that even. How do you even start professionally? How do you know that this is a talent? My favorite thing when I watch superhero movies is like the evolution of the superhero. Like what happened to him before to make him a superhero?
Yeah, did you get bit by
How
a
did you
burger or
fucking
something?
discover this weird like talent for being able to
radiation,
wolf
No.
down food?
sunspots.
Really, what happened was in early 2007, went out for breakfast after a heavy night of drinking. So we went for a pub crawl with the boys and woke up, massive hangovers. We're like, what do we need? We need some greasy food.
Right.
So we went to a breakfast pub nearby, and they had this big dish called the Linebacker. It had every kind of breakfast item you could ever think of,
Oh my
two of every breakfast item
God.
you could ever think of. And so we got that, and like two of us got that, and some other pussies got some waffles, and that's it, right? But anyway,
The linebacker. I'll have a waffle and some egg whites.
So I
Do you eat
polished.
pussy like that?
Pussy waffles.
I managed to polish off my dish in like 2-3 minutes. I was just so hungry, right? Because I was just like, I wanted to kill this hangover and forget about it. And everyone else is just like, had a few bites in. And then I had a friend, one of my best friends, Mike, still. He likes to challenge people to do random things for money. Like even in high school, elementary school, it'd be like, hey, if you lick that tile on the floor, I'll give you $20. He's that kind of guy, right? Yeah. So here he was like, okay, I'm going to ask the waitress in the restaurant what the record is for eating these amounts of plates. Like how many plates are actually, been eaten. And apparently the record was only eating 2 of these plates in an hour. So he's like, all right, there's the challenge. If you can break it, I'll buy all your breakfast, give you $40, whatever, being broke in university. And just, I was just like, okay, I'll take the challenge. So we ordered 2 more. Those came. I ate those in like 5-6 minutes. Damn. And then we ordered 1 more. And so, yeah, I doubled the record. And I could have kept on going, but it was at the point where it's like, I was starting to get a carb headache. I was starting to get bored of this. And like, people were waiting to leave kind of thing. It's just, that's how it usually is where, I'll try and do random challenges. Or when I was doing like a lot, I would just be like, okay, you know what? I think I'm just going to call it quits here, because this is just getting boring.
Right.
I'm doing too much of this now. So then, yeah, after that, so it broke the record. After that, I just started doing random stunts on YouTube, found local eating challenges, found found challenges online.
So it became like a little bit of part of who you are, and people were like, oh, he eats a fuckload of food, and then you'd kind of do it for fun here and there, and then also
I was just doing
challenges and stuff.
Just doing it for shits and giggles.
Right.
Posted it on YouTube, I guess, because I was pretty active on a forum, fitness forum, and posted it on, there, engaged with others.
Right.
And that was pretty much it. It was just for shits and giggles.
Were you jacked then or no?
I was working out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say jacked. Well, I was working out. I was in university. I was trying to, I was going to the gym regularly. Yeah,
so this
I loved
university term, I like this a lot. This is a Canadian thing. And is it used derogatory sometimes? Like does somebody be like,
Mark Bell went to college.
Well, also though, will an older person just be like, oh, he's university, like he's a little shit? They say it that way sometimes,
No.
or how is it referred to usually?
I don't know. We just, we have two different things, universities and college. And,
Right.
you go for certain fields to university and for certain
Right.
fields to college. I'm not, trying to
People
discriminate
here
against
usually
one
just
another.
say school, right? I mean, is that what people say?
Yeah,
Or-
I'm still in school. Or
Yeah,
I'm
I
in
mean,
college.
I'm
They
in
say
college.
college for all of it.
Yeah, for the most part. I don't know.
But there is a little bit of a distinction here too.
Well,
Yeah, there
but
is.
college
like if you go to, you don't go, if you go to Harvard or if you go
Right.
to, I don't know. I don't know.
Sacramento State.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So there is a difference there,
Right.
right?
Right. Even here in California.
Even with the tuition expense,
Yeah.
Much
prices,
different.
right?
California, there's kind of like three.
The
There's
UC schools.
There's
and stuff, yeah.
UCs, then there's states, and then there's private.
Yeah.
Typically, a private school is
Yeah.
going to be the best, then kind of a UC, arguably, and then states below.
Well, then we also have community colleges, which basically you can only get a 2-year degree. Canada doesn't have those, as far as I know.
Yeah, like a junior college.
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
My son actually married a Canadian and lives in Halifax.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, yeah, me too. Anyway, like he had.
Halifax is actually pretty sick, though.
Yeah, it's just fucking cold in the winter. Jesus Christ.
Don't go in the winter.
Yeah.
There you go.
Simple.
Yeah. Anyway, he was very close to finishing a degree here at Sac State, and then he met this girl and moved to Canada, and then dropped it all.
So the girl fucked his life.
Pretty much. So he's having to start over from scratch, and like none of his junior college credits here counted toward anything at all. It was like a total like educational reboot almost. So
They're like, that Canadian stuff's bullshit.
exactly.
So what the fuck is the deal with professional eating? How do you like prep for something? Train for it like you do with weights, or train for it like you do with anything else?
No, I think that's where. Okay, so when I first started, I was naturally just good at it. I got quicker and quicker at it as I was just practicing it, right? But I never, there's a lot of concepts out there. It's called water training. So this is a big thing, and I probably tried it 3 times in my career, and I hated it every single time, so I kind of stopped doing it. But what a lot of pros did was you drink as much water as you can to throw it up. And then keep drinking more water and throw it
That's
up.
to just expand your stomach or
Yeah,
some shit, or
and
pain tolerance.
it gets to the point where
Well, that's
it's like,
extremely dangerous too. You can die just from drinking too much water, right?
people will drink 3 gallons of water in 3 minutes and throw it up. And
I guess you would only die if you kept it in, right? Because then that's when your electrolytes would go weird.
Yeah.
technically, but you know what? I remember trying this, and I felt, dude, I would feel dizzy, and like I feel like even if you're drinking that
it
much,
feels like cold and stuff too.
Totally,
it's a weird
and when
feeling.
you're throwing it up, you're also throwing up,
Good stuff.
all the good stuff, right? So
So that's their training.
That's the main training. It's called water training, and it's something that you have to do if you want to have that capacity. I did a ton of contests when I first started. I did that eating challenge, for example, and I started YouTube videos, and then I broke a bunch of records. I even broke one of the biggest records, which was at that point eating a 72-ounce steak. I ate in like 7 minutes, and people went bananas. People went crazy. And then I got
What are you,
2
part
ounce
tiger?
Yeah.
And then I got asked to do an eating contest in California. It was called the Collegiate Nationals. It was filled with the top college and university eaters in all of North America. We all came together and we all ate. It was all televised on CBS.
That's pretty cool.
This shit's like fucking serious.
Yeah,
right?
my first contest was like my most serious contest.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because it's like, I don't know, it's like a funny talent. It sounds fun.
Yeah.
Like me and Mike just go eat and try to fucking battle each other.
Yeah.
Like, sounds like it'd be like fun or funny.
Totally.
Start laughing and shit, but like this gets really fucking.
Is there money on the line?
Yeah, it
gets
totally
serious,
is.
huh?
Like, so I started this when I was in university and in school. Sorry, I'm just gonna say school because that's gonna work way better for this. So I started this when I was in school, and basically eating paid for my schooling.
Wow.
So it paid for all my tuition. I left school with zero debt because of just the eating paid
That's
for
crazy.
it.
Way better in
About how much
powerlifting.
do you think you made through eating during that time period?
The eating contests themselves?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
the contest.
You know, I averaged probably like 35 grand a year.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
that's great.
Yeah, and then you made money off of YouTube as well.
Whatever.
No, and at that point I wasn't
Oh,
making
okay.
anything. So it was like maybe I made
But you may have gotten
$5
some
from YouTube
sponsorship
and
or
then
something like that.
nothing.
Oh,
At that
okay.
point, it was no sponsorships, no nothing.
And you're what, 18, 19 years old?
At this point, no, I think I'm like 22, 23. 23.
Still young.
Yeah. So that's when I got into it. But like I won my first 20 contests in a row. And there was zero training. It was
20-0, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And like, you know, I went into it, I won, so on,
Did you
right?
choose by like contest purse, like how much you won, or did you choose by food? Like, this one's fucking hot dogs. I hate hot dogs.
The first year I was competing, I was actually getting flown to most contests, so like I wouldn't have to pay to go, whatever. So I guess that would be kind of sponsored or whatever.
Right.
But after that, I was picking purses. So I was like, you know, the most I can win, because at one point I just decided to go solo, independent. Nobody was helping me out, whatever. So I would have to pay for my own travel. And every time I traveled, I assumed I would get first place. So, sorry, at one point I was just confident in what I was doing. So I was traveling to get that first place prize money. So I'd have to make sure, like, okay, if I'm going, I want to make sure I'm at least like profiting a grand or $1,500, because otherwise, you know, there's no point in me going for a $500 contest where it cost me $500 to get there, right?
Right. Yeah.
So just, you know, I was managing it, but it got to a point where it's like, for example, I competed against a guy named Takeru Kobayashi.
He's the hot dog guy, right?
Yeah. So
The
Japanese
multiple time champion.
He's
of the
kind of
Nathan's
jacked
eating
too,
thing.
right?
I think he used to be.
Oh,
He
he's not?
definitely took it down. I don't think he's training as much, and he was definitely huge. I don't know if he was. People said that he was taking some at one point, but who knows, right?
Yeah. But he was jacked.
Yeah, he was jacked. He was not tan though.
I think there was
He was
a
definitely pale.
MTV documentary on him,
Yeah.
maybe something.
Yeah,
Does fitness play into it at all, you think, or what's your take on that?
I think so. I think it definitely helps. You know, you see the top people in the world that are really good at eating. You never really see them being really fat.
Right.
They don't have. I think it has to do with like the expansion of the stomach as
Right.
well, and maybe your breathing abilities.
Right.
Because, you know, believe it or not, eating for 10 minutes straight nonstop, you can get really tired after.
Yeah.
Like,
You
it's
ever got
hard.
yourself in like a compromising position where you're like, this is a bad idea, like I might get really sick from this, or I might even fucking die from it, like just because you're stuffing the food in so fast, like maybe you choke on something or something like that?
You know, I've had a couple scares. Where during a contest, I'd feel like I'm choking.
Yeah.
But those were stupid times where I would continue eating and I would push that food down that I was choking on.
Yeah.
Those are the really stupid times. I remember one time I actually choked on live television in the UK. I was in one of their biggest shows.
Choked, like turned purple and shit, or what?
I don't think I was almost purple.
But real choking, like you can't breathe, right? Like
I couldn't breathe.
we all feel like
I wasn't
you're-
purple yet.
Yeah.
But you're all
Your
kind of going
wind-
like you're
yeah.
going like.
I really couldn't breathe.
Right.
So what I was doing, I was trying to
That's
break.
got to be scary.
I was trying to break my own Guinness World Record for eating a 12-inch pizza. You got to eat it.
It
with
had
a
to be
knife and
flat
fork.
though, right?
Yeah.
Because you hate deep dish. We had this conversation.
It's not that I hate deep dish. I can eat deep dish. I just prefer the normal pizza so much
Right.
better. I just enjoy it. But that being said,
Better
I
ratio
was-
of cheese to bread.
Yeah, totally. It's
with
too
you.
doughy, and then you feel so heavy after, and then you feel like, I don't
Then you got to
know.
bench press.
Then you got to bench press, and you fart too much, and then nobody likes you.
Yeah, it
Nobody
causes a
likes
lot of
you anyways.
Vicious cycle.
Yeah.
chain reaction.
Yeah. But anyway, so I was doing this pizza in the UK, and I cut a piece, and the dough was actually a little raw still. So I was eating it in big pieces at a time, and I like made a little ball out of it, and that ball just got stuck in my throat.
my God.
And I was eating, and all of a sudden the hosts were just making like they thought I was throwing up, and I'm like, no, bro, I really just can't breathe. Like, and I actually managed to like get my fingers down my throat and pull it out. But if it wasn't for that, I'd be that was my scary moment. I was very paranoid for months after that. I had to do a bunch of eating stunts, like because I guess I kind of like at one point after a few years of competing, I kind of just like made it die down a little, especially as YouTube grew, TV shows I was doing grew. I kind of did less, but I did more appearances, and I was scared to do appearances.
Right.
Like I was just like I'm gonna do short-term stuff, just make sure that You know, I can
Yeah,
get
yeah.
through all this stuff.
Have you ever done any weird, like, Fear Factor type eating shit? Like, you know,
bugs.
they have, like, Madagascar hissing cockroach and all this weird
Oh,
shit.
totally. I've done like a lot of random crap, especially for TV shows. So I've
What's
been
the
hosting.
weirdest?
grasshoppers
Yeah,
and
what's the
stuff.
weirdest thing you've eaten?
I've eaten every single bug you can think of, like literally every single bug. I've done brains. I've done tons of balls, penises, esophagus. No human yet. No
Oh.
human yet. Mostly I eat donkey
Donkey
ball,
dick?
and donkey dick.
How
Yeah.
was that?
Yeah, it was actually good.
That's great.
It was probably one of the best. It's funny how it is, right? Donkey dick and donkey balls are actually not terrible. I think donkey dick was better than the balls.
That's awesome.
Makes sense, right?
Does his dick hang lower than his balls?
I don't know. It was
Yeah.
already on a plate.
Yeah, how
Ah,
big
okay.
is that thing? Like you're just eating a burrito.
You know what?
Donkey
It was
dick?
it was like carpaccio, so it was like sliced nicely.
So it doesn't look like a dick.
It doesn't look like a dick when you get it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's just too bad, right?
Well, yeah. If
But
it
then-
looks like a dick, I don't think I could eat it.
Yeah, that's true, right?
What's it called?
Is there a fancy name?
Is it called Donkey Dick?
Well, we went to a donkey restaurant, and they're just like, we're just going to bring out
donkey
everything. And then I was trying it, and then they would explain what I tried after
my
I ate
God.
it.
So, like, it would be more frowned upon, like, if it was like a horse restaurant, but you call it donkey and it's okay for some reason?
Maybe.
Right?
Oh,
I don't know.
maybe.
Maybe.
Is
I
this
don't
in,
know.
where was this? What country?
This was in Beijing.
Yeah, I imagine.
Like,
it
no one
wasn't
gives a
here.
fuck about a donkey, but if it was a horse, people would be like, horses are
Yeah,
beautiful.
why is that? Have you eaten
Yeah.
a dog?
A dog?
Yeah.
I had dog once when I was
Aw.
in. I know. I know.
Little
and I'm
German
against this.
Shepherd?
I didn't know until afterwards. I was with a tribe in Peru, and yeah, we went there, and they like gave us like some turtle eggs, and they gave us some like weird lemons, and then some meat. It was very cured. It was so salty,
But
and
it
I
was
ate
dog.
it, and afterwards, yeah, they explained what it was, and I was like. I'm gonna throw
But it was
up.
probably some kind of wild dog that's more like a hyena.
I have no idea. I don't think they have hyenas in Peru and
They
South
have,
America, but
Dingoes?
I
What's the
think Australia.
Argentinian?
Oh,
I don't
No,
know.
we have a dog that's like a.
Yeah, I think it's a dingo.
It's a big old white dog. My family's from Argentina, so I'd imagine Peru has that shit. And you
I
probably
don't-
ate that.
I'm not sure what I ate, but nevertheless,
Dogo.
it wasn't even good
It's a
because it was
dogo.
so salty. It
Is
was
that what it is?
ridiculously
Yeah, it's
salty.
an Argentine dogo. It's a big
Yeah.
ass white dog.
Yeah, I
Kinda
did
looks
not
like a
enjoy
pit bull,
it.
kinda.
I've done camel hump. That was interesting.
Just the hump?
Yeah. And it's like you think it'd be big, but it's really just the size of like a big sweet potato.
Is it fatty?
No.
They hold water in there or something, right? Or is that just
I
what
think
they
that's
tell you
I
on
think
kids'
that's around
cartoons?
the hump.
Yeah.
But the actual like piece that you take out of it's really small.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
that's
you might have
amazing.
So
ate that
have
in
you
Peru.
come across anything where you're like, fuck that? Like, you're like, donkey dick, donkey balls, are going down the
Cool,
fucking
cool,
line.
cool.
Yeah, you're like, no, I'm not eating that.
I think I've tried like I don't think I've ever said no to anything. You know, I've eaten snakes. I've
Africa,
eaten-
they drink like cow's blood. I know that's general because Africa's a
Yeah.
fucking. But tribes there, you ever done anything like that?
I know Vietnam does some crazy shit, and I'm filming there in like February, I think, and I think they do some really
So you're
crazy stuff.
prepared
Like,
for some
there's
weird-
gonna be like they'll put like a beating heart into your drink, and you have to drink that. And apparently, you can feel the beating heart as it going down your throat.
It's just
and stuff.
alive, or
It's
almost
just
alive.
fucked up. I don't know. It's just. But the
That
thing
sounds-
is, at
some
the end of
Temple
the
of
day,
Doom shit.
at the end of the day, we think it's really fucked up, but it's part of. Sometimes it's just part of their culture,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
can't really say, "Oh, that's so fucked up. Why would you do that?" You know, it's part of their culture. You can't. I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you can necessarily. Deep in your head, you can
Right,
think
right,
that
right,
it's
right.
really fucked up, but I don't
Yeah.
think you verbally want to tell them, "Hey,
Yeah.
that you got you
Then
guys
they'll
got to
eat
take
you.
it down a notch, right?"
Jesus.
Yeah.
Let's get back to your butthole.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we circled around your butthole for a little bit. Now we might as well just get
Get
back to it.
Get
and-
back inside.
Yeah, and just park right there for a minute. So, what kind of catastrophic shits have you had from all this
That's where
eating?
we started, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we never got the answer. What food caused the worst shit?
You know, I can't really recall as to, man, you know, it was during the times.
Seems like he's been in a lot of predicaments. He's like,
This podcast's gonna
he's
go
like,
8
dude."
hours.
Get all sweaty, and you're like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
There's been so many times where, like, I remember I would do like back-to-back eating contests. Like, it was back-to-back-to-back, and there'd be days where I would take a shit, and it would go up. It would touch my ass cheeks. Like
yeah.
the shit
In a
would
deep
touch
Oh,
my ass
you'd
cheeks.
fill the fucking toilet.
I would have to flush, and then I would shit again.
There's a photo. There's a YouTube video.
Yeah, how many Snapchats have you done of that?
Man, I wish Snapchat existed back then, right?
Wow.
RateMyPoo.com existed back then.
Oh, are you on there?
I think
probably
I
the
posted
champion.
a picture once or twice.
People are
just
like, you're
because.
fucking
Yeah, right.
champion
You
of
own
the
the
world.
website.
I remember. I kid you not. I was in Cuba.
Filling an entire toilet with poop? That's fucking awesome. I'm so proud of you right now.
It was great. I remember being in Cuba, and we were with a voodoo guy. I was trying to remember the name. Anyway, somebody did some fucked up voodoo on me, right? Was asking me about my girl, how long you been with her. He was saying that she might be pregnant, all this other stuff that I don't know about. And, I had just been with her for 5 years, right? Then I take a shit the next morning. I look down at the toilet, and there's a fucking 5 made out of my shit.
Oh,
a perfect 5. I took a picture of this. I still have it on my phone. A perfect fucking 5.
Do you believe in this now?
No, I was just like, this can't be a coincidence.
Yeah. My brother-in-law did an uppercase T one time.
Really?
Yeah, he was so pumped. He came. I actually dropped him off at his house for a minute. He's like, I got to go in the house and take a shit. He was going to work out with me on that day. He runs inside the house and he's like, dude, you got to come back inside. I was like, what happened? I'm like, are you everything okay? He's like, I took a shit and it's an uppercase T. He's like, come back in, check it out. Checked it out. Sure enough, there's an uppercase T. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you did that, man. I don't know if you fucking were moving around sideways on there and front to back. I don't know how.
Take
he
a
did
picture?
It, yeah, it was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Slip
You
and
should be
slide.
framed up here.
Oh yeah, we should fucking put it up there.
Real
for sure.
poo
Yeah.
up there. We just have that
Forget
little
poop
fake
stories.
But a
Yeah.
5 is pretty good too.
A 5,
Yeah.
like a perfect 5. Like
Yeah.
I was like, this is weird.
I wonder if it's just kind of soft serving out of here.
I don't
know how it happened.
I don't know. I just got
Filling
up.
up a toilet though, man. You
That's
gotta-
pretty good.
Yeah, talk about Guinness Book of World Records.
I mean, it's one thing when you splash your balls,
yeah, that's annoying.
That's
You're like,
bad.
what the
That is
fuck?
annoying.
Do you ever have to poo while you're eating? I mean, some of these contests have to take a little while sometimes, right?
I mean, no. I mean, contests never. Contests
okay.
are usually like 10 minutes,
Oh,
right?
alright.
And then you're done. It's the eating challenges. Sometimes you're just like
Yeah, there for an hour maybe.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like until you finish or you can't finish, right? So you're sitting there and you're just like, well, I can eat more, but I really have to take a shit. And if I go to the washroom, I'm disqualified. So what do you do?
Are you allowed to shit yourself?
Well, technically, there's no rules against that, right? It just says you're not allowed to go to the washroom. So, but is it actually physically going to the washroom or
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
going to the washroom, right
Just
there?
really-
So you're
Relieving yourself
telling us,
there,
yeah. Yeah, it's a good
furious
question.
diapers are coming
That's-
out soon.
Yeah.
Can you puke?
No, not during
Okay.
a challenge.
Yeah, well, then it turns into that scene from Stand By Me.
Yeah. Lard ass. Lard
seen
ass.
it.
Lard ass.
No. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I feel like if that was possible, if you could puke, you could finish any eating challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
I
Oh,
can't make myself puke. I can't do that.
Yeah, but if you eat enough,
Nah, I
it just
can't.
comes out.
Yeah, I can't.
So what's the thing you
I'm
know?
so scared.
There's a lot to this. You sent me your book.
Mm-hmm.
I actually read some of it. I don't read books, but I read some of it. I appreciate you sending it to me because my son read it and he was all fired up about it. But it says in the book that you had anorexia. So how do you go from anorexia to being a world champion eater? Eating so much that you're in the fucking Guinness Book of World Records and stuff.
Tell us
What
about
was-
your relationship with food.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
what happened there?
a lot of people hear I had anorexia and they feel that I went from one extreme to another. They'll
Right.
think, oh my God, you just reversed what you had, right?
Right.
So I had anorexia. I was hospitalized in December of 2002.
that picture is kind of popular, like it's on the internet somewhere. I've
Yeah,
seen it.
totally, for sure. And I'm totally open about it. It's not like I'm hiding it. I'm very open about it. I want people
How
to...
much did you weigh?
I was 6'2", 120 pounds when I was hospitalized.
Oh,
Age.
I was 16 and a half, 17.
Damn.
it's like Michael Jackson stats. He was like 120 or
Yeah,
130.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I was. It was
Crazy.
It was bad, but I guess a year before that, to put everything into perspective, I wasn't trying to lose weight. There was a lot of shit happening in my life. Both my parents were hospitalized for numerous reasons. I was told I might have cancer, lymph node cancer, by an idiot doctor, and turns out he shouldn't have stated what he stated. But anyways,
Misdiagnosis.
it wasn't
premature or
even a
something.
he just said that it could be whatever. He just shouldn't have said
Yeah.
cancer at that
Crazy
point.
thing to say to a kid, too.
Yeah, especially that. Yeah. So I kind of I felt like I couldn't control anything in my life at that point. I was about to go into my final year of high school, trying to get good marks for university, for school. And I just started controlling the one thing I could control in my life, which is food. I feel like I could have maybe resorted to drugs or something like that at one point, but it was just food. And I started controlling food more and more. At start, it was just, controlling it. And then as soon as, a couple months into it, my brain kind of took over. A voice inside my head took over, and it just started controlling me and just telling me, hey, you should starve yourself. Hey, don't eat that.
I wish
hey,
Dan had that fucking voice. Jesus Christ.
Were you into fitness at that point? Was it like, oh, this is for a six pack, or it was just like random control?
The food control had nothing to do with six pack. Actually, at one point, it got to the point where it was just all about a number on a scale. It doesn't matter what you look like, because you won't actually see what you look like. When you develop an eating disorder, you develop a body image disorder. Yeah. And when you're looking at that mirror, you look like you're 60, 80 pounds heavier than you really are. I think that happens in the bodybuilding world too. You think
there's somebody in your life at that point who looked at you and just was like, dude, like, what's going on? What are you doing?
I had, the mom eventually came up to me and was like, hey, it's like, she gave me eating disorder books, and like, I would read it and I'd be like, yeah, this is me. This is me. And I was like, yeah, I need to make a change. Okay, I'll start tomorrow. And as soon as tomorrow came, I just repeated the exact same shit to myself, right? And over and over and over. There was a few people in high school at that point. No, I was still in high school, that were just like kind of concerned and talking to me about it. But when you don't eat, you get so cold and you need to put on so many layers in order to keep warm. So people didn't really see that I was shrinking so much because I was wearing like 7 t-shirts or something like
Kenny
that.
from South Park.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. So eventually, things got really shitty. I was hospitalized. I spent about 6 weeks in the hospital. I checked myself out because I was considered an adult at that point. And
you went to the hospital because you're sick?
I went to the hospital because I guess backtrack a little bit. I went to a family doctor. My mom was just like, okay, we got to go take you to a family doctor. You've lost too much weight, and I finally agreed. Went there, and then the doctor was like, yeah, he needs to get help like immediately. He's not doing well, like really, really bad. Apparently when I was actually sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I was told to go to Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto, and by the time I got to Sick Kids, I actually completely blacked out, and I woke up in a hospital bed and with life support and stuff like that. Wow. My heartbeats went down to like 8 beats a minute.
And that's just all lack of nutrition and calories.
Totally, for sure. Lack of nutrition. And like actually exhausting my body because I would run 15 miles a day, on no calories, right?
So some of this was like spawned by like depression, but when you get to like the point that you're getting to, can you even think clearly enough to even be depressed? Or
no,
it's just a random addiction.
It's an addiction. You just feel like you just have to starve yourself. And I left the hospital 6 weeks later. Doctor said, you're not ready to leave. I'm like, no, I can do this. I need to pursue my dreams. My dreams at that point was actually.
Are they trying to, at that point when you're in the hospital, they're trying to teach you about the disease that you have?
Sort of. They were actually more trying to feed me. And make sure I was eating so that I could get my weight back up. That was the most important part.
But there's not really like a mental aspect to it.
There is. They were trying to get me to talk to the psychologist.
Okay, I got you.
That didn't help me at all.
Yeah.
I was just like, you guys don't know. You know what I'm
Is that kind of like you're not ready kind of thing?
Yeah,
Probably also maybe too young. Like that age, it's hard to talk to any kid.
Maybe. Yeah, you're probably right. But anyways, so I checked myself out, and I had dreams of working for NASA one day. Those were my goals, and so I was like, I got to get to it. And then it was like 6 months of a roller coaster.
NASA American?
Yeah.
So you want to be an American your whole life?
You know it. American. I checked out, and it was like 6 months of ups and downs after checking out, and my weight would jump and up and down. There was at one point where I would actually buy carb and fat blockers because I thought I could eat a little bit more and and not gain fat and all this other shit.
Just cutting corners.
Yeah, cutting corners too much. And then at one point I said enough's enough, and I started. I joined a fitness forum. I started posting my pictures online, and now I made myself accountable for my actions, talked about my story. And as soon as I did that, there's one thing when you're talking to friends and family, and there's a one thing when you put your life out in the open, in the public, right? And when you do that, it changes the entire game.
Yeah.
It changes the entire game. And, you have that extra pressure to not fail.
Was that a plan, or was that
no?
Your plan was just to kind of post, and then it ended up holding you accountable?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I was just just thinking that maybe I have a chance of, I think that's what it was, and which was a good thing.
And also getting like help and kind of reassurance that you're heading the right direction.
Totally,
Somebody
for
might say,
sure.
"Oh, it
and there's
looks
other
like-"
people that experience the same thing, and you talk to other people.
Community.
Totally. And then at that point, it was September 2003. It took me like 3.5 years to fully recover.
Physically and mentally?
Yeah. Yeah. And then
That's a while, huh?
Yeah. And then I finally lived my life normally for like a little bit. You know, I was in university, partying, enjoying it. First couple years in university, school. I keep saying university. I wasn't really enjoying it. I was kind of like mentally still messed up. But finally started enjoying it. And then eventually, like I said, went out for breakfast, out there and drinking, and found this talent. You know, it is a talent, and I always used it. People unfortunately think that, well, maybe it's not unfortunate, but on YouTube they'll see my eating challenge and they think I eat like that 24/7.
Right.
They think that's how I always eat, and if I did, I'd probably look the part too.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you ever go overboard or overflow to the other side, like in terms of getting overweight and fat?
No.
Just because you're lifting weights and then
I
kind
think
of
so.
paying attention on the
I
off
did a
days.
little bit of bulking and maybe added a little bit too much at one point, but
you were aware of it because you were lifting weights. And
totally, for
educated on the fitness.
for sure. And like, apart from that, I was always eating pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
So the anorexia was really dependent on the situation you were in at the time. And when that situation passed, when you began to understand it, then that's just really behind you. It's completely like disconnected from anything that you're doing now.
Yeah, totally, for sure. A lot of people can't disconnect from it.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of just overpowered it, or like I'm or maybe there's like some part in my brain that talks about it, but I'm able to totally phase it out in my life.
Did things get better in life? You said some of it had to, your parents were sick and shit was getting weird as a teenager. Did things get better around you, so it was maybe easier?
I understood my parents' situation better, and I learned to live with it. It's not necessarily better.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It's always up and down, but, I was told I didn't have cancer, so maybe that helped. And then, 10, 12 years later.
Yeah.
You're not the only person I've ever known who actually was told that by a doctor in high school. I think it was a friend of mine, like a senior year of high school, spent the whole year thinking that they had an inoperable tumor.
Wow.
And it ended up being benign ultimately because it didn't grow or anything like that, and they were able to scan it and they rule it out, but spent that whole time like, well, this could be it, so I'm going to party, I'm going to do whatever,
Fuck bitches, get money.
Yeah. Well, it was a girl, so.
Fuck dudes, get money?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Be a hoe.
Yeah, why is that? We can fuck bitches and get money, but they can just turn into a
The
hoe.
old double standard.
So sad.
Double standard.
Were you functional when you were anorexic, or it sounded like it went on for how many years? Do you think it went on for 5 years, 6 years, something like that?
No, I would say like 3.5, 4 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you kind of functional at that point, because you said you had dreams of working for like NASA? So like
I was going full force with school and things like that.
you were doing well in school.
I did one more round. Like I repeated my final year of high school because I didn't get the marks to get into the schools I wanted to, but then I did, and I upgraded them, and I got into the universities I wanted to. So started university, and I had some struggles here and there, but overall, like, still powered through it.
Right.
Went on with life. It's not like I was just sitting at home or something like that.
I gotcha.
Yeah, definitely kept on working.
So eating wise, back to the eating.
Yep.
Kobayashi?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's known maybe for being the hot dog guy, right?
Yeah.
And the hot dog is, as far as maybe popular in America, is on TV every year or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you beat him? And why haven't you done the American hot dog?
Okay, first of all, he doesn't do that anymore. He quit, because he didn't like the
now
whole
there's a big
contract
white
issue.
guy.
There's Joey Chestnut and a guy
Joey
named Matt
Chestnut.
Stoney as well. He's the winner this year. He does YouTube too. He's crazy good. I know that he was watching my footage before he started doing YouTube, Matt Stoney, and now he's like hot dog champion and everything. So it's kind of cool. He's
Hot dog champion.
Yeah.
What a great thing to be.
The kid just passed 1 million subscribers too.
Oh, really?
I think
I didn't know that.
You
Yeah,
get to
he's
drive
really
the
good.
Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Yeah, you should. Yeah,
For a year.
Yeah, for a
If
whole
you're
year
the-
you should.
That'd
yeah.
be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, but Kobayashi's, I think, kind of
So-
known as the hot dog guy.
Yeah, he's like the most known competitive eater. He brought it to the the map and
But he
everything
doesn't
like
do
that.
YouTube.
No, which is kind of silly.
Yeah.
He should have started it. But anyway, so I competed with him, And he was like the first guy that like I just couldn't get past because of capacity. I would compete against him and I would hang with him for like 7 minutes, and then he would just keep going.
With hot dogs or with anything?
First contest I did with him was with pizza, and I was just like, I was just
Pizza
like,
wad.
yeah,
Sounds
It's
terrible.
like CrossFit, but eating.
eating slice for slice with him, and then I just boom, he just kept going, and I was just like, oh, fuck. It's that water training, bro. I just should have done it. But at least I beat every single one of his Guinness World Records. Bam!
Oh, shit.
Have you done hot dogs, or you just don't like hot dogs, or what's the deal?
Hot dogs are the worst for eating contests.
That's
They're
why.
actually really hard to eat because there's a bread item and a meat item, and you have to
I see
separate
them
Yeah, they
dipping the bread
Do
in the
one
water.
at a time, right?
Yeah, they eat the wiener first because you can't do anything
Could
to
you put that
manipulate
little?
it.
Keep doing that.
You got to do that, and then you
Wow.
take the other one.
Oh.
But yeah, you dip the bread in the water to soak it up so that you don't really have to drink water. You just use the bread as your water
Yeah.
source.
Is
So
it
it's
true or false that you demanded that they have donkey balls there with the hot dog?
I did, and
Yeah.
that's why they didn't let me in. No, but I asked when I first
Put
started.
whipped cream on those balls.
when I asked to compete the first time, like when I was first getting into competitive eating, they didn't allow me to go in. Something about there was two reasons apparently. One, something maybe being Canadian, and two, there was other competitive eaters that had already been in it for a while, and they didn't want me to join it because they were scared.
Was it the same 10 that competed every year or something?
Something like that
Yeah.
back then, and they had their own marketing plan. It's all for marketing.
Is that just because it's whatever Oscar Mayer or whatever company it is, and then it's on
Nathan's or
CBS or
something.
yeah,
Nathan's,
Nathan's.
Yeah.
It's kind of them controlling.
Yeah,
it.
of
There's no
course.
like NFL of eaters.
No, I mean, yeah, it was just
Each-
people just controlling.
Yeah,
it,
each contest is super independent.
Yeah. It's all run by one organization though.
Yeah.
So
So there is an organization.
So there's an organization. Yeah, sorry. So there are like multiple organizations out there, but the main one,
Yeah.
they organize.
You're in the Raw Federation.
I'm in the independent one, the Furious one,
The Furious
hey now.
Federation.
the raw Furious one.
What's kind of the coolest thing that came of all this eating that you've been doing?
A career.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, just like a living, a career, like you're,
Yeah,
I,
like,
I know you travel a lot. You have a fucking
Yeah.
TV show. You got
Yeah, it's-
world records. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the
fucking
YouTubes.
cool shit, man.
It's definitely really cool. I mean, like I said, I got my master's in engineering, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do an engineering job,
Right.
and I had a job in place, to make good money and everything like that. And then I was just like, I'm gonna take a year off, school after doing it for a while. I caught myself, and I just started hosting a TV show for German television, and things
How'd that
were.
come about? Was that just through YouTube? People just contact you, or you try out?
Yeah, no. I was winning all these contests, and I guess I was in the news all the time, and I got contacted, and they were like, yeah, we just want to do one episode with you. And I was like, that's cool. They flew me to Germany, and we toured across Germany. Actually, one of the photo right there behind your head.
That's
on
a
top
young
of your
Peter.
head. That's a young me. That's in Berlin, big-ass burger. And they had me eating big amounts all over Germany. They're like, okay, one-off show, and then they aired it, and it was their most popular show of the year,
Oh,
most
that's awesome.
highest ratings. And they're like,
That's
all right, we
cool.
got to have more of this
Yeah.
guy. So we started doing more and more. First it was in Europe, then we went over to Asia, and then South America, everywhere around the world.
Yes,
So
you traveled the fucking globe, basically.
yeah, no, it was awesome. Like, it was just my goal after university was to travel around the world. And then I got to do it for free.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
this is awesome. It's so cool, right? So, and then, after that, truthfully, like, what's awesome about my platform, what eating has gotten me was, a platform to talk about a lot of other things.
Right.
Which is what I think is so awesome. Where,
Right.
you develop this huge audience, and you can say anything to them.
Now you can talk about the things that you feel are important.
Exactly. Some people will just keep shoving garbage down their throat, and,
Right.
saying, stupid things online. But truthfully, you have this audience, you can really at least, try and educate them or try and create some positivity in their life. And I think that's what's really cool, what eating has gotten me, to be honest. Career is awesome, being able to do this for a living. Yes, that's
Right.
That's
well,
fucking
it affords
badass.
you the ability to put more time into it.
Totally, for sure.
If you didn't make money off of it, then you'd have to have a regular job.
Exactly. I wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't probably be able to be here, maybe,
Right.
right now. And it definitely gives you a lot more flexibility. A lot
Also
more.
gives you the ability to kind of, not jump at every little opportunity. Somebody might say, hey, like, I'd like you to do this. And you just like, No, like
Yeah.
I'm pretty comfortable doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, and then it makes you even more valuable to some of the other companies that are kind of hunting for, wanting you to, wanting to sponsor you and shit like that.
Yeah, agreed, for
It's
sure.
pretty cool.
How did the fitness thing come about? Like, at least as far as I've watched you on YouTube or whatever, you're kind of now even known more of as a fitness guy a little bit and an eater, but
Yeah.
kind of both. How did that even start?
I always did both at the same time, and I think that's what I always tried to balance both, and I think that's when I was doing competitive eating, like, the fitness aspect, obviously put me at a level, so I wouldn't really necessarily gain weight and all this other stuff. So, and then I think one of my first sponsors was bodybuilding.com, and they started sponsoring me in like 2009. And all the way up to earlier this year, where I had to drop them because I started my own supplement company, Furious Formulations. And plug. FuriousCuts.com by now. Come on. So where was I getting at? I totally lost my train
Fitness
of thought.
and
Yeah. Fitness industry. But I always had a passion for fitness. I remember my very first time that I went into the weight room, my goal was to actually get stronger legs, bigger legs. What?
That wasn't even cool then.
That wasn't cool. That's never cool. That's not why you go to the gym. You go there to do
Dude,
arms and
your
chest.
legs are plenty big. You walk on them all day.
Yeah, I know.
You don't need bigger legs.
Yeah.
Plenty strong.
I was like, I was doing like a lot of alpine ski racing, and so I was just like, okay, I need strong legs and everything like that, and so it helped. It totally helped. But after that, you get addicted to everything
You want
else.
pecs and biceps.
You want everything else. You're like, okay, well, now it look disproportionate and all this other stuff.
Quads don't
But
get
I had
bitches.
at one point, like, I was training them so hard that my quads were actually going over my knees caps, and I was just like all my friends were making fun of me. And now, if I had that, I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Right.
But no, I don't right now. It's okay.
Now it's
okay.
not. Now
Now
it
it's
would
not
be.
that cool.
It's it's starting to become cool.
Yeah.
Like Brody squat and she squats. And
Yeah.
this and that.
Yeah, but then you can't find pants. That I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest issue with training legs. It's
You
like,
just wear
okay, you get
sweatpants.
stronger, you get bigger. Yeah, but
And even if it just your quads grew, it wouldn't be a huge problem. But it's your ass and your
Yeah.
hamstrings, and you got no room for anything.
Well, there's some
Yeah.
companies that do that
no
now.
room for your dick.
Plus,
Yeah, my dick grew. That was a real issue.
Levi's started making 541s.
Yeah,
They have
stretchy.
a little stretch in them. So
Stretch pants.
you know
Thanks,
what I don't
Levi.
like is like very often like the waistband will be stretchy too.
no.
And then you're just like
You feel pregnant.
it just like it's always just stretchy everywhere, right? So I don't know. I don't think there really is a cure. I think we're just fucked for life.
Yeah,
It
the only
just-
cure I
we're-
think sweatpants and basketball.
or just
shorts.
walk around
Have your
naked.
sweatpants tailored.
I'm all about walking around naked,
Oh,
to
right.
be honest.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
kind of weird. You're doing this podcast with no pants, but
I know, but nobody's noticed yet.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Nobody-
bringing it up. I was
nobody
gonna
we
show-
Appreciate it.
yeah.
I was gonna say
Little
something
Peter's
at-
looking healthy.
you know,
What's up, buddy?
alive and well.
He's Polish.
Alive and well.
Oh, he's a kielbasa for
Yeah.
Kielbasa.
That Polish sausage.
Polska kielbasa.
Oh my god.
So how much eating?
I was supposed to answer every question in Polish, wasn't I? That
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
plan.
You wanted
so.
to do this whole thing in accents.
No
You-
chciałem, kurczę.
Oh.
Możemy gadać po polsku, jak chcecie.
You sound angry, sir.
Ja nie jestem... Ja jestem bardzo zadowolony w tej chwili.
Sir, I put your luggage in the other office. Just please settle down.
Dziękuję.
Where is your gym membership, sir?
Nie mam.
Sounded very angry. Sounded very hateful.
That was actually it. That's I don't know. I did a whole playlist or a whole series of Polish lessons online, and they were all just really angry, even though I was like being nice in them,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing. It's just people like them though. I don't know, teaching people the right Polish words,
Right.
so they're well prepared.
You were saying you were able to kind of share your message. What are some of the things that you have shared? I've seen that you've, I think you might have filmed for YouTube, you asking your girlfriend to marry you, like you're getting engaged. And what are some other things?
I guess being open with cancer, that was a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm aware, that might be the kind of the first
I think that was
day-to-day step.
I think that was like the biggest thing that I did. Well, one of the biggest. I think the whole anorexia thing helped so many for many, many years, but a lot of people wouldn't even know about it.
Right.
And then
Yeah, sharing that you're transgender was very brave of you too. I appreciate that. I don't think a lot of people saw that coming either. So.
yeah, we put that unlisted.
Oh, that was private.
Oh, you okay? You shared that with me privately. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Damn. Well, it's open now. It's open now. Okay, okay.
Were you were you nervous about showing basically every day of the cancer?
You know,
especially through YouTube, people are really hateful, and
Yeah.
like we can all say, "Oh, we don't fucking care," but that
Yeah.
gets to be stressful at a certain point.
yeah, you know,
Well, you're
it's,
vulnerable then too. I mean,
Totally, for sure. You know, I had surgery for testicular cancer last year in 2014, and I was pretty damn I was scared about it going into it,
Right.
but I also read a lot about it, and you know, it just bothered me that, you know, a lot of people actually don't get checked out or, you know, delay too much with it. And so I think because I was so open about my anorexia beforehand, I just found like it was just my duty to be open about it online now.
Yeah.
And so
That's really cool.
And so, yeah, I made a video the day after my surgery, not to get, you know, attention for saying, oh, look at me, I have cancer, all that stuff. No, it was about people, okay, you know what? Go get fucking checked out, because the average wait time is 5 months after you find out you have a problem.
Right.
That you're
Yeah.
actually going to go get help, which is 5 months. Like you see, oh, my ball grew twice the size. Oh, I'm going to wait 5 months to get help. No, you don't. That shouldn't happen, right?
yeah, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, my cancer didn't really come back. It was always there. It was just 2 months after my surgery, I was told that there's lymph nodes, that they're a little bit large, so we're just going to keep an eye on them. And unfortunately, come this past July, they grew
That was
a little
about
bit.
a year after.
A little less than that, about 7 months. Yeah, they grew a little bit, and unfortunately, I had to go through radiation. But I felt like it was good for me, and it was good for so many other people to be open about it, especially day by day, going through radiation. And
There's a lot of decisions to be made on even the type of treatment that you're going to seek
Totally,
and stuff.
for
I
sure.
mean, depending on what you have, right?
For sure. You know, some people can go through radiation. Some people have to go through chemo. But then again, it did get difficult to the point where it's like right after my first surgery, I got attacked by a lot of vegans, for example.
Yeah.
You know, that they used what I did with competitive eating as a way of strengthening
He has heavy
their
metals in
platform.
his system.
Yeah,
Right.
they were just like, oh, it's
Yeah.
because you ate so much meat that you know, that you got cancer,
Right.
and you know, if you were a vegan, this wouldn't have happened. And
Well, say that was even true. Like, why do they have to throw that in anybody's face?
well, you know, I think after my second time that I came forward with cancer, I kid you not, if you search online, there's probably 300 videos about vegans saying, "Hey, I'm so glad you got cancer again, and I hope you die."
Yeah.
Those were videos, and I'm just like, all right, well,
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
and
Yeah,
here
it's
I
so
am,
weird.
still
You
fucking
know,
alive.
I'm pretty sure there's at least one thing that there's a very, very direct link to cancer with, and people don't stop using it. That's fucking cigarettes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
been direct links with that for I don't know how many years. There's warnings all over the place about
Yeah,
it.
Marlboro's still rich
I
as
mean,
fuck.
Yeah.
same with fucking Ben and Jerry's or something. I mean, if
Yeah.
that was causing problems, of course, some people would take precaution, but not everybody's gonna. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just stuff like that is to be like hateful in that way.
Yeah.
Is crazy. To be helpful, is different. For somebody to say, hey, you know what? I think there's evidence that there's this. That's an opinion that somebody could form, and somebody could say, hey, like I'm making an argument towards this.
Yeah.
But to say they hope you die is
Well,
fucking
for-
disgusting. and
Yeah,
terrible.
well, for a community of people to be so empathetic or whatever for animals,
Yeah.
why couldn't they be that to humans too?
Like,
Yeah,
I
sure.
totally get it. Like if you're a vegan, that's totally cool. I have nothing against that. Never
Yeah.
have. If that's what you want to do, great. But you can't just force it down someone's throat and especially and if they don't do it, say, okay, well, you're gonna die, and I hope
right.
you die. And
Your morals are your morals. Our morals are our morals.
And
Yeah,
I think
it's
you can find a study that makes you fucking see anything that you want to see,
Oh,
but I don't
totally.
think
Yeah. broccoli
is going to help you with your fucking fight against cancer.
Yeah, I mean, I
Cancer
like broccoli.
Kills
to
a
be
lot of
honest.
fucking people, and there's not really a lot that
No.
can stop it.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are the risk factors anyway? I mean, are there any identified risk factors for testicular cancer? I'm not aware of any.
There's listed ones for everything, right?
Right,
You know,
right.
there's
Yeah, watching TV,
Yeah.
cell phone in your
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah, that's what I want to say
Yeah.
is okay, you say meat. Okay, but what about my cell phone that's right beside my
Yeah,
balls
yeah.
all the time?
Yeah. Right.
Maybe that caused
Yeah.
it. Maybe it's I took antidepressants out of when I had anorexia,
Right.
I took that for 3.5, 4 years. There's links to that.
Right.
Yeah. Does some of that go on when you're diagnosed? Do you just think some of it's your fault?
There's always that thought that goes through your head.
Yeah.
There's always that thought.
Like,
but,
man, I fucked myself up somehow.
Yeah.
You just kind of.
but at the end of the day, I really wasn't thinking that. It was just
Right.
okay, we just got to deal with this and
Yeah, it's
move
the
on.
hand you've been dealt. And
Yeah,
deal with
you
it.
know, it's just a lot of people are dealt with shitty information.
You got me moving my pocket, my phone out of my pocket.
We're just gonna put that right there.
Right in this fanny pack.
Yeah,
so
back in my fanny pack.
just
We'll
right
put it back
over
there
the-
after though, because we'll forget about it.
Yeah, I
of
mean, they
course.
even make stuff that like supposedly blocks some of the
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
Yeah.
that comes out of your cell phone or something, right?
Yeah.
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 Brain cancer. I think cell phones are, whatever, because you can hold it to your
Yeah,
head.
because if you talk too much on your
I
phone,
never
that's why I
talk-
text.
That's why I never talk on the phone anymore.
That's why I text.
The phone is too
Or just put it on
addicting.
speakerphone right here. Okay, I'm gonna just talk.
Yeah, if we're dying from our phones,
Everyone's
we're gonna
dying.
get wiped
dying,
out.
yeah.
That's going to be
quickly
the
here.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. But I think just in general, I think if you can create positivity and awareness for anything, it doesn't have to be for cancer. This is
Right.
just something that
Yeah.
that happened.
that you went through.
I
But
didn't
if-
watch every one of your videos. I'm not going to lie, but I saw a bunch of them where you're vlogging through, operations and stuff over the last, I guess, year and a half now, kind of. And you were very positive through the whole thing, you
Yeah,
know.
I tried.
And it's an old thing, saying or whatever. Happiness is the only, power in the world, or laugh kills everything. But like, I personally, my true belief is that why you conquer everything you fucking come against so far.
Yeah, no, I think it 100% helps.
Yeah.
100% helps. Like it has to. It
Well,
has to.
the alternative sucks. Like if you're going to walk around feeling like you have a dark cloud over you and like you're a victim or whatever. I mean, no matter
Probably
how
have
much.
plenty of those days anyway.
Yeah, right. Exactly. How many days do you have left?
Yeah.
Regardless, right? And so you're going to live them feeling shitty,
Yeah.
or you're going to live them feeling good.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
Yeah, I
No,
think even
100%
this
agree.
last Olympia, you were kind of in the dead middle of it.
Yeah,
And I
last Olympia, I came to Olympia and I went to it's just so funny. I went to the doctors and I was supposed to have an ultrasound the Monday right after the Olympia.
Is that this year or the previous?
Previous year.
Yeah.
And I went to Olympia and I had my other nut that got taken out was 4 times bigger than the other one. And I'm just
Jesus
like,
Christ.
I'm just there with it in my, just thinking what the hell is going on. I just had no idea. And I came back, found out on the Monday, and then I got scheduled for Tuesday for surgery a week later.
Yeah.
And it was.
Yeah, but even
it's
this
crazy.
last year, you're kind of going through the middle of it again, I believe, yeah?
This last year, I actually just finished radiation treatment
Yeah.
the day before.
But you had no idea what the hell was going on.
No, I didn't. But like, I literally jumped on a plane right after my last radiation treatment. I was like, I gotta go to the Olympia. I gotta do it.
Well, I saw
Gotta
you
do
there,
it.
with a big smile, big hug, and
Yeah,
you're fucking
yeah.
living it up. I love
Yeah,
it.
totally. Have to do it.
Well,
I think it's really important.
Yeah,
I
I agree.
appreciate the fact that you were just like, you totally shared your emotions to the whole thing. Like, I mean, anybody that can cry on camera and not feel overly vulnerable in the world about that, I think that's awesome, because I think that, guys in particular tend
Yeah.
to hold shit up.
I hold shit up for the 99.9% of the time,
Right.
right? I just like to be as real as I possibly can online, and I think that's really important,
Right.
Yeah.
especially with YouTube, especially. I think you keep it real. I think there's a lot of characters online that don't.
Yeah.
They'll totally film one thing, and then you actually meet them in person, and you're just like,
You're like, huh?
you're
was
just
that?
like, where's the real person? Like, I don't know who's real or what.
Yeah.
Who
Where's
you really
the YouTube
are.
guy that I
Yeah,
saw?
Yeah, exactly. So
Pop
they're
out
all
of somewhere?
there's a lot of actors online, and that's fine.
Yeah, that
but-
kind of blows my mind. We get that question, like,
Yeah.
I get that question, like, oh, is Omar the same? Oh, is Mark the same?
Yeah.
Oh, is Bart? Or, oh, is Furious? Because
Yeah.
I was like, well, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
that's why we're friends.
I think it's also if you can be the same online, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're just yourself online, because then you just start the camera and you don't have to be like, oh shit, I wasn't in that mindset.
Yeah.
So there's like, for example, who was it? Bro Science Life.
Yeah.
When you see him, I've seen him in other videos and he's just talking normally,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
all of a sudden he's in character for his videos. It's so weird when you see the two.
Right.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
And he's obviously exaggerating, but your
Yeah.
point was that there's guys that maybe even vlog or whatever that are
All
putting
the time.
on a show. Yeah.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
so many people. I'm not naming names,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I know so many people. It's crazy. Yeah.
No, that's true. People keep talking about us having him on the show, and
Bro
it's like,
Science.
well, who do we have on?
Yeah.
Do we need him to sustain that for an hour?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
He probably never done that.
It would be hard.
Yeah.
It would be hard. It's just not to break character.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
know.
don't
You were
either.
talking about like,
Maybe he'll just talk normally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Possibly.
yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got some cool stories to tell.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
He's a pretty good hustler, though. It looks like I know he's been working hard for years on getting stuff on TV and stuff. So
yeah.
hopefully somebody hits something
Yeah.
out of the park one of these days. But anyway, you were talking about cancer and trying to make people more aware of it and trying to get to it as quickly as possible. How did you find out in the first place?
So one day I just, I think I was in my warehouse. I was taking a piss, and I looked down, and I'm just like, I looked down, and then I had a feel, cupped the balls,
Right.
just it was, finishing up the piss, and then I saw that, one testicle was literally 4 times bigger than the other.
Wow.
And
was that progressive, or was that out of nowhere kind of?
No, that's just when I noticed. I guess I
Right.
just never really paid attention to it otherwise, because I don't know, it just didn't really think about it.
At
right?
that point, with it being enlarged, did it feel like anything?
It just felt like
Or you only noticed it mainly from visual? Or did you look down because it hurt?
No, it didn't really hurt that much. It was,
But there was something weird.
It was
associated
something
with it.
weird. It was very solid. It was a solid ball, and I'm just like, this is so weird. Googled. I talked to a few people. I even talked to Omar at one point before all this, and talked to a couple other
I
friends.
was like, dude, I got to take a look.
That's exactly
I
it.
have no idea.
Let me get on my knees.
Yeah.
Snapchat.
Yeah. And saw some people with some medical, talked to some people with some medical backgrounds, and they're just like, I don't know what it could be, but you better go see a doctor and everything. So went to a walk-in the next day. Talked to him. He's like, I'm not sure what it could be, but we should, it could be bad, could be nothing.
Did you Google it and stuff?
Oh yeah, everything.
That's the worst, huh? Bad things always come up.
Yeah,
well,
and
the images. I can only
I
imagine.
saw 2 things. Yeah.
Giantballs.com. Whoops. Shouldn't have looked at that one.
Yeah. So I read
Buy
cancer
that one.
as an option, and I was like, that can't be cancer. There's no way.
Yeah, and you're 27 or something, 29 or something at the time.
Yeah,
28.
last year would be 29. I was 28 still. Yeah.
That is a popular time for testicular
Yeah.
cancer
Yeah,
in men,
it
right?
is.
Late 20s,
15
early 30s.
15 to 35 is the
Oh,
age
really?
group.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
so young. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, I had no idea.
I knew it was late 20s.
I wonder why.
I think because of Lance
what do
Armstrong.
they tell you in school?
Yeah.
We don't learn shit we actually need to know in
Yeah,
school down
that's
here in
the
They don't,
America.
they don't talk about sex in school.
15 to
They're not gonna talk
35?
about
Yeah, that's the main age group.
Ball
Yeah.
cancer.
Main age
God damn, I better get my balls and my asshole checked
You're
out.
old, buddy. You're fine
No,
now. You're
fine
39.
now.
You're fine.
Oh, man.
You're clear.
Would somebody die from something else?
Now you have to start worrying about your
Pete's-
prostate.
Yeah,
Pete's
you
a
gotta
doctor. He'll check our
prostate
nuts.
and
Who in
colon.
here would check my prostate, though?
Mr. Furious.
Hot tub tonight, bub. But yeah, I checked that out, and then had an ultrasound, and it could have been it could have just been a swollen. I could have hit it.
Yeah,
somehow.
mosquito bite.
Swollen
or something.
gonad.
I don't know. It could have been anything. Climbing the rope or something in my gym or something. I don't know. It could have been anything. But they checked in and they said, unfortunately, it is what it is.
And what was that like? Somebody just you get tested and you come back to the hospital, or they test you right there and you know right away, or how?
Yeah, pretty much they knew almost right away that they first.
Just from the
they have to cut
from
that
the
out.
ultrasound.
Somebody comes in the room and just tells you have cancer.
He
Are
just
you
said,
by
like,
yourself?
I was at that point. I was by myself, so I was doing all this without telling.
Yeah, did you
anyone.
even tell
So,
Mel or your mom or nothing?
Melissa at the moment was she was in Texas doing firefighting training, and so
I would just die. I just hit the ground and be like, no.
I didn't want to tell her.
Yeah, she's traveling and
Yeah,
focused.
and she was like, she had another week of courses. This is what she wanted to pursue. This is where her dreams are. And I'm
There's
just
a big
like, okay.
thing amongst people that have a life-threatening disease is they don't want to burden everybody else. So sometimes people die with it.
Yeah, no, totally, for sure. But I didn't want to tell her. I'd have to tell her exactly when she came home.
Yeah.
But so didn't tell her, and then which was really hard. Not finding out about it and not telling her for another week. That was really hard. But then went home to the parents and told them, tears were shed and everything like that.
Jesus, that's got to be rough.
Yeah, it was just I heard it from the doctor, and I was like, just processing, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I got to do this. Just the thoughts that go through your head are mostly just calm down,
Yeah.
just chill.
Well, realizing how hurtful it's going to be when you tell other people,
Yeah,
it's got to be almost like the biggest burden of them all.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Definitely. Melissa was the worst one that handled it at
Did
the point.
any of it hurt along the way? I mean, obviously surgery hurts regardless
Yeah.
and recovery, but did it hurt before?
Not really.
Yeah, so it's not like, man, I feel like I have
I think that's
cancer.
why it's so. That's why people
That's
just
why
don't
people
know.
ignore it.
Yeah.
They don't know it. Like a
that's-
lot of people with cancer don't know they have cancer until it's too late.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, very scary.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's very important to be proactive about your body.
Yeah.
Like, make sure do some blood work once in a while at least.
Or just
like,
touch yourself, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's with testing
Yeah,
cancer.
yeah.
I'm talking about anything
Yeah,
in
yeah,
general.
you
Like
can't tell.
be the older you get, especially. But I mean, like, be very aware of your body at any age. Make sure that you know what is going on.
Yeah.
I think it's just really important.
Yeah.
We're working so hard to build a life that we want, but if your body is shutting down on you, it doesn't matter how hard
Yeah.
you work. You're not even going to be able to enjoy the stuff, right? So I think it's
That
just
makes
really
sense.
important to just go to a doctor once in a while or get some blood work once in a while. I'm not saying be crazy and anal
Yeah.
about it every single day, but just once in a while, make sure you know what's going on.
Yeah, that way you can stay on top of it, and it's not a bigger problem from finding out way later, right?
Totally, for sure.
A healthy concern about your own health.
Yeah.
Are you less scared of doctors now? Everybody doesn't like doctors. Right?
Nobody likes doctors. Now it's just like, my immune system, like my blood work, my white blood cell counts and my platelet levels and my red blood cell counts, like they're all really low right now because of the radiation
Yeah.
treatment. So it's like I can get more sick easily. So it's like every time I get like a cold or something like that, like Melissa's like, oh, go to the doctor. I'm just like, I'm not going to the doctor because,
Right.
this is expected. And also, I'm weaker in the gym and like, and all this in recovery.
That 365 bench didn't look weak, buddy.
Yeah,
Easy
3
3
reps.
reps.
It's
That's pretty
It's
good.
the environment.
Yeah,
But I want to get it back up. We'll get it back up.
yeah, you've
But
done
we'll
like
talk
around 455 pound bench before, right?
Yeah, it was fun.
And
But that was earlier this year.
650-ish deadlift or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
I know you squatted 5 for a bunch with me and Omar.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was good times. That was right after In and Out.
Have you ever done a powerlifting meet before?
I done one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
those
it
are
wasn't-
some
it
strong numbers.
It wasn't like a big power lift,
Right, right.
It was like a bunch of people. I won it, but it was just like
Yeah.
everyone was wearing suits and sniffing ammonia or
Yeah,
something.
nice,
Yeah. And I was just like, no suit, no ammonia. I was just like, okay, let's do this.
Right.
And I beat them. It was fun.
Nice. That's really cool. I mean, those are some really good numbers for somebody who's not competing in powerlifting.
I would
often.
love to do it.
Yeah.
I think my form lacks in a lot of stuff because I've never been trained or shown how to do a bunch of stuff. I think that also environment definitely helps.
Right.
So you're moving to Sacramento? What are you saying?
Shh, don't tell everybody. But yeah, no, I definitely love to come here. Like, we were training here earlier, and it's definitely like, doing 365 just for 3, after a while break, I think the environment definitely helps, for sure. It definitely helps you lift that, push a little bit harder and heavier, and the donuts help too. But, everything helps.
Donut assisted, little asterisk next to the 365.
For sure. But I would love to. I think that's my goal right now is like, I don't care what my physique looks like. I care about what my strength looks like. So
Right.
it's like, when I develop if my strength goes up, obviously my size will come back and I'll feel more furious again. But, I'll just give it
Do you
time.
feel it's important for other people to be involved in fitness that are running into an issue like cancer or something like? Do you think it helped you in some way? I mean, I understand like everyone's situation is different. Some people have it's a sensitive topic. Some people have cancer that it doesn't matter what they did before, they're gonna fucking die from it. So, but do you think it helped you in some ways, training?
I think it helps. It helps with. It actually, doctors have told me that the more active you are, the easier it is to get over, for example, things like radiation therapy, or if you're going through chemo, it definitely helps. But more importantly, I think just keep your head in the game, keep your, relieve some stress and things like that. I think that helps.
Do you train
So
throughout
almost
your
like-
radiation?
I trained like probably 3 days a week.
Dang.
Yeah, it was tough at times because I was tired and like fatigue hit me hard. I was throwing up here and there, but I still trained.
That's wild.
It felt good. It was fun.
So
Yeah.
even if it's not weight training, even if you're like doing rock climbing, but if your mind is there
Yeah, I think-
rather than thinking about fuck man, I got cancer.
A distraction is always
Yeah.
great. Like even if if you could resort to doing something like Zumba, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing something.
Yoga.
We'll let it go. Right. We'll let go of the Zumba.
Yeah, as
Have
long
you
as you
tried
haven't-
Zumba before?
I've never tried Zumba.
Have you tried Zumba?
Do we look like guys that do Zumba?
But
I
the
don't
type
know.
of Zumba they had going on the East Coast sounded really interesting.
I haven't
Did
done-
you hear about the Zumba like bust? Like there was some chick that was like banging all these dudes and
Really?
stuff like that. Yeah.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Gross.
I don't remember, but I think that shit's like
Yeah,
blowing
what?
up,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. There's
Zumba?
a bunch of stuff like that.
Like I remember being at the FIBO in Germany, and they have like 12 massive halls. Like I mean massive.
Yeah, I've
It's
heard
like,
FIBO's nuts.
It's like the Arnold times 12.
It's weird.
Literally, it's nuts. But they have halls for just fitness equipment, and they have halls just for saunas and lockers, things like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then they have a hall just for Zumba, and you're just like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah.
You see all these people like dancing and doing stuff, and I'm just like,
You're
the
like,
suits
what
that they
is
sell,
this?
the shoes that they
Made
sell,
a wrong turn.
and some weird supplements that they sell, and you're just like, I need to leave. I need to leave.
Jesus.
But it's
You've gone to all those, yeah? Body Power.
yeah.
You gone to Australia, Arnold?
I have none. I'd love to.
Yeah, I heard that's getting big.
Yeah, I heard that's getting huge.
Then what?
Just
what,
like LA Fit Expo has tripled in size.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just gets bigger and bigger.
what's that?
every year.
Arnold Brazil. I think that's growing.
Yeah, there's shows fucking everywhere now. It seems like people, they're popping up all over the place.
That's pretty cool.
Taking advantage of the peoples.
What do you got coming up next? Like what's going on in 2016?
2016, launching a brand new product with Furious Formulations, which I think is going to be the name alone is going to blow people out of the water. They're going to go, what the fuck? I got to get that because it's so awesome.
Cool.
I still don't know how we got the trademark for it, but we got it. I am doing a TV show, the German television show that I'm doing. I'm bringing to North American television, so I'm super excited about
That's
that.
very cool. How much detail can you talk on that? Nothing?
I can talk about it. I don't mind talking about it. Just there isn't. I guess we're doing a TV show. We're going to Australia, Vietnam, Japan. We're doing a few episodes here in the States.
It's an eating show?
It's a culinary travel show.
And it'll be on like cable, internets?
So can't talk about that part.
Okay. All right.
Okay, but it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool. Once it comes out and everything like that. Regardless, you'll see it. But I'm working with some big guys in the industry, and it's been a show that I've been trying to bring to North American television for like 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So very happy that we're actually getting it done. We have a budget, everything is sorted.
Sweet. That's great.
Just got actually my contract today, so it's all good to go. But yeah, other than that, YouTube's going to keep on going. We are revamping Furious Apparel, which I'm so excited about because I've been going on with Furious Apparel for so long, just throwing out shirts, but now we're actually doing a completely clean new brand, just like you are, right? You're with the
Same
apparel and
thing, yeah.
stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm very excited about all that. I don't know what else is going on. Probably a million other things that I forgot about.
Traveling everywhere.
Yeah, traveling everywhere, going to you guys got Brian coming up. Brian
Shaw, yeah.
So I'm going down to Denver to train with him as
Oh,
well
cool.
because he's so one of the companies that I owned, one of the co-owners is New Age Performance
Yeah.
Mouthpiece. So he's been using he used our mouthpiece before we signed him, which was really cool. So yeah, we just signed him, so we're doing a bunch of videos with him, so that should be a lot of fun. I'm actually really stoked for that because it's just like,
Yeah.
it's cool seeing. I remember.
Hey, how much did he cost you? No, just kidding.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But I actually met Brian before, like, I think I met him the first time in like 2009, 2008 in Boise, Idaho.
Sweet.
And he was with Grant Higa.
Yeah, Grant,
Yeah, so him and who else was there? I forget who else was there. But anyways, we all went out for lunch and everything like that. And he's such a humble dude. And it's so cool how, like, he got so much bigger over the years and stronger and world's strongest man. And I don't know. He's
6'8", like 440 or some shit like
yeah,
that.
I don't know. I just think he's a really, really cool dude. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm sure you guys are too.
Yeah, when are you going to see him?
I think January 14 to 16.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it should be a lot of fun. Just trying to get my strength up before then so I don't embarrass
Yeah.
myself.
He's
And
a
you said you're not
monster.
sure if you're going to go to LA Fit Expo.
I am not 100% sure at this moment, trying to figure out
So
some
a week
schedules.
after that.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be there, so you should come say hi to us.
What you can do is you can go to Denver and then back here January 20th, and then we can go to LA together.
yeah, drive down. Are you guys
No,
driving down?
we'll fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's only an hour.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Yeah.
And then you might be at the Arnold perhaps this year? March? Oh no, you said
Probably
you're
not.
doing something else at that
I think
time.
I might be doing the show.
Yeah.
During that time, I don't know. It's the first Arnold that I'll miss in 8 years. I did
Jesus.
8 in a row. That's sad, eh?
Yeah.
I know. I'm so depressed.
Yeah.
Well, not really. You know what? That show is. I love that show because of the amazing fans that come through.
Right.
And the amount, like how great it is for just if you're a business or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it is so crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's really tiring.
It takes a few years off your life. I think.
Yeah.
Totally.
Every time.
It's just it gets more and more cramped every single year. They should move it to some bigger facility somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, they should.
I
I
think
think
a
they're
little more
locked in
space.
Columbus.
You're
for a
talking about the
while,
Arnold,
but-
right?
Yeah.
I think they're building. Somebody told us they're building a community center, basically for the Arnold.
Really?
Well,
Somebody
it's
told me that.
gonna be one massive community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever, convention center.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Somebody
should.
told me that.
Because they're locked in there for a few years, but I always thought that they were going to move it someplace more convenient.
You'd imagine L.A.,
Yeah.
New York.
You'll like
Someplace that
this,
wasn't
Furious.
cold.
Rogue Fitness is building like a university.
What?
They're building something similar to a university.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're building like a 500,000 square foot facility. They'll have like apartments and stuff on the complex.
Yeah.
They're just fucking going all out. It's nuts.
That's
But you can go to the University of Rogue.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, think of that.
Learn
That is
how to
awesome.
weld.
Yeah.
Are you Rogue University?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Are you right?
yeah. And then I don't know what else to talk about. I think we'll launch my book on my birthday, like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
What'd
that
you
on your
turn?
website?
You turned 40.
30. I don't know. I'm trying to say. I tried to say it in French and I couldn't. And then 30. I'll say in Polish.
That sounds good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, where can people get the book?
Amazon. Everywhere on Amazon.
And that's just the story of your life, the story of Furious.
Story of Furious with some untold stories that I don't talk about.
Oh, dark stories.
Some dark, some funny ones.
What's it called?
It's called Stay Hungry.
Okay.
Because I think that's what people need to do in life. Is all the time.
Just
keep-
like
stay
Twisted
hungry.
Sister said, stay hungry.
Yep.
There's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called
There
Stay Hungry as
certainly
well.
is.
Oh, yeah.
There is. Arnold
yeah.
Strong. Back in the day. That was his name.
Never
Arnold
seen it.
Strong. When they used to dub his voiceover because they didn't like his voice.
Really?
Yeah.
Poor Arnold.
His voice like makes this show.
I know.
Was it one of his first or something?
It's
Yeah,
very early
it's
on,
one of
probably
the-
the first 3 or so.
Yeah.
That producer didn't make it far.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy got fired.
Yeah, or he didn't make it far when Arnold got to be popular. Once he got in charge, he probably said, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah, totally, for
That's
sure,
nuts.
for sure.
All right, Mr. Pete, Mr. Furious Petiski.
Petiski.
Appreciate having you on the PowerCast.
Thank you for having me.
And,
Where can people find you? Plug away.
YouTube.com/FuriousPete, Instagram Furious Pete, Facebook Furious Pete, Snapchat Furious Pete 123.
Oh.
Don't forget that 1, 2, 3.
Dick pics.
Twitter Furious Pete. I have 2 YouTube channels. Our main channel with crazy eating videos, travel videos, some higher end fitness videos, and then we do daily vlogs as well. And there's some funny stuff on there as well as some pranks and Polish language lessons. If
You
you
just
ever
put a
wanna learn
condom
stuff.
on your head or something?
We did the condom challenge.
I don't even know what that is.
It's so stupid. People take condoms, fill them up with water, and drop them over people's heads.
Are these challenges made on YouTube? Yeah, I mean, there's challenges
Yeah.
everywhere. Who comes up with them?
I don't know, man.
Just the people?
I have an idea for a challenge that I'm not going to talk about yet, and I
Uh-oh.
think it's going to go viral if we do it. So waiting. It's gonna be like the ice bucket challenge.
Oh,
I mean, viral like that.
yeah.
It's not like that. Come on, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be awesome.
Original.
There's gonna be a lot of anal bleaching.
Oh, the
Yeah.
anal bleach challenge.
Yeah, anal
wow.
bleaching. We're back to it. Full circle.
So wait, you still don't know what food gave you the worst shit ever?
No, because it was a combination of foods from 3 different eating contests. Meatballs,
Ice cream? Was ice cream
Reuben
involved?
sandwiches. No, the funny thing is, okay, before we, one of the things that I do in preparing for an eating contest is doing a liquid diet for like a day and a half beforehand.
Oh.
So it's like I want to keep eating because I want to keep my energy levels up, right? I don't want to just fast
So you do
because then I'm
smoothies
tired.
or something?
So I'll do like I'll get like McDonald's cones on the way. Like if I'm driving down 10 hours for a contest, I'll stop every 2 hours and grab a vanilla cone or something like that,
Right.
or even 2 or whatever. So I'll do a lot of dairy and ice cream beforehand. So that definitely it helps. I don't want to say it does help, but it kind of
This is
helps
your
coat the
secret?
stomach. it does help coat the stomach a little, a little
Helps with some
dairy
farts too. Yeah.
totally, for sure. And then it definitely helps with the shitting off.
Yeah, what do those contests smell like? 5 dudes just plowing pizza for an hour?
Like the
You want to get
bathroom.
the fuck out of there right after. Yeah, no, you definitely don't want to stay around for long afterwards. That's for sure.
So
No.
gross.
You end up with
It's
some
so
spicy shits from all this, like the spicy food.
Oh man. Okay, so I
He just cringed up.
I suck at eating spicy food. I suck at it, but my fans demand it. They love to see me in pain.
Yeah.
Does that mean that my fans like me or don't like me if they like to see me
Half
in
and
pain?
half.
It's a
yeah.
little bit of both, I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they just get so entertained when I'm in pain.
Who's your buddy that eats like expired shit and all that? LA Beast?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Expired
that's
shit.
He not actual shit,
Oh.
not feces, but expired items.
Yeah,
and stuff like
he
that.
gets them on eBay and like
Yeah,
you know,
he does what you do,
He-
except in like a sadistic way.
he brought back Crystal Pepsi, literally.
Yeah, yeah.
He
I
got
saw you
Pepsi to
post
bring
that.
it back.
I saw you
Yeah.
post that.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
He did like a whole campaign, and then Pepsi brought back Crystal Pepsi.
That's so weird. I've never even heard of Crystal Pepsi till you posted that.
I heard of it when I remember having it when I was like 6 or 7, but yeah, that was it. But
Spicy poop.
spicy sucks, man. It feels okay. I've eaten like the hottest peppers in the world, and the next morning, it's just like you feel like there's broken glass coming out of your ass, quite literally, and it just doesn't want to stop. And you're just like,
Did you eat the peppers on something or just a bit of pepper?
just ate the whole thing. A couple of them.
You
Sometimes
got to rub some yogurt on your asshole. That'll help.
Dude, I think you need more than just yogurt.
Eat a lot of ice
You,
cream.
you need to have a yogurt enema. That might help. That's
Just fucking flame shit out your asshole.
Dude, it sucks. I remember one time I was doing the Trinidad Moragan Scorpion, which at the time was the hottest pepper in the world. It was 2.3 million Scoville units, which is like, the ghost pepper?
Yeah.
So that's 1 million Scoville units. So this is 2.3 million Scoville units.
God.
So I did that, right? And news story found out when this morning talk show was like, "Oh, that's so cool. Let's have you on. We'll talk about everything else." I was like, "Okay, cool." I was supposed to be at this.
Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. I better hit the bathroom.
I was supposed to be at this show for like 8 a.m. I woke up. It was like 6:30, whatever, and I knew it took me like 45 minutes to get down. So I'm like, okay, I got plenty of time. Ooh, I gotta go take a shit. I was like, okay, average shit time's 5 minutes, right?
Right.
I go.
Whoa, that's pretty fast too.
I mean, when you're efficient, not looking at your phone or reading a book or whatever.
Smartphones killed it.
Yeah, totally. But anyways, sat down. 1 hour later, I'm still in the toilet
my
because
God.
I literally couldn't get off. I'm calling them. Yeah, I'm gonna be late because, yeah,
Shit and fire.
Tears
Yeah.
coming out of your eyes.
dude, man, you're literally crying.
Yeah, I've
Like,
heard those
it just-
peppers-
It hurts so much.
I've heard those peppers can even like cause rashes on just your skin, like
There's
rubbing it on
blood that comes out.
Yeah.
No joke.
Wow.
Yeah,
there. From the
it's
shit or your
fucked.
skin, both.
I don't know, man. It's
Just
like,
blood appears.
it just-
Did you pray to God while you're on the toilet?
Yeah.
God, I'll be good. I promise.
I'll never do this again. And then you do it again.
Oh my God.
Fuck, man. Don't eat spicy stuff. But those videos have like the most views on
Yeah.
YouTube. Like I did 150 warheads.
Hmm.
Warheads.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
probably
Sour.
love
Yeah.
them and stuff,
Yeah.
right? If you eat like 40 of them, your tongue starts bleeding.
Oh my God.
So the challenge is to eat 150 of them. So as soon as your tongue starts bleeding, you start eating more. So you can
Oh my
imagine how
God.
painful it is.
How many Quest bars do you eat in a day? How
Oh,
many is
yeah.
that?
The most I did like a Quest bar challenge. It was like 48 of them. I put
Yeah.
all of them together as one bar. Yeah.
And then
Just eat them in like an hour, 2 hours, something. I mean,
No, I think it took me like 20 minutes to eat it.
there's
Oh
an
my
energy
God.
drink one too. Yeah.
Yeah, I shotgunned 20 energy drinks.
Wow.
What was that?
Carbonated?
Shit like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
Red Bull or some shit.
Yeah, it was a different company from
That had
Canada
to
that
hurt.
paid me to do it. Yeah.
Oh,
they
that's
d-
pretty cool.
Yeah, they were just like, do a video with energy drinks. I'm like, okay. No energy drink company would ever approve that video.
Yeah.
Like
You'd
now,
die.
or like it was. I don't know how they approved it, but got a lot of views. For
What
them.
about like buffalo wings? They're real popular. You ever eat like 1 million buffalo wings or some shit?
Here's a funny story. University. We went
Where?
for.
University of Buffalo Wings. Been there.
So I was in school, and we went out for all-you-can-eat wings, and it was $9.99 for wings. And during this time, I ate 287 wings
Holy fuck
for
balls.
all-you-can-eat wings.
Barbecue, buffalo, spicy.
A mixture of flavors. We go back the next week. It is $14.99 for all-you-can-eat wings. They raised the price because of me. I feel good.
Yeah, our boy Fat Dan works at a bar down here, security or whatever. He said they have the best wings in Sac. I've never had them.
Okay, let's go.
We can go.
Damn.
Yeah, we can go.
I didn't know they had good wings.
But yeah,
I haven't had them.
raised the price.
The most steak you ever eaten in one sitting?
I think
You
the
said
most
70-something ounces
No,
earlier.
the most I only did was 120.
Only 120.
Yeah, 20 minutes. In Vegas.
Ounces?
Yeah.
How many the fuck pounds?
In Vegas,
is that? That's
when
like
we went to
7
6.5.
pounds?
When
Yeah,
we went
what
to
the-
that place, The Cut.
Oh yeah.
That place
In
that
Vegas.
place that we
Wolfgang
6 of
Puck?
us shared fucking 98-ounce steak.
Yeah, with a bone,
Yeah.
but yeah.
He ate fucking 120.
Yeah, I did 120 ounce. It's in Vegas. It's in the Monte Carlo. It's I forget what it's called there. But anyways, yeah, it's actually very delicious. That's why it's so easy to eat. Very often you do these steak challenges,
Yeah.
they give you the worst fucking
Yeah.
cut, and you're just
Yeah.
like, what the like, how am I supposed to eat
It's a
this?
good
Like,
cut.
Most of these challenges end up free if you win. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So they're like, oh, I'm gonna give
Yeah.
them a fucking the worst piece of
Right,
shit
right,
ever,
right,
right?
right.
So, but yeah, that was the biggest one that I've done. But I've also done. I remember the best steak challenge I did was in Seoul, Korea. It was only a 48-ounce steak, but it was also a $4,000 piece of meat.
Nice.
Oh my.
Wagyu.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I was just like,
Yeah,
gone.
that shit's crazy how good that is.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Buttery.
Yeah.
Buttery. What's the other? Question that I've had a lot of people ask is, do you just eat normal? Do you just enjoy food, or do you fucking plow through food like an animal?
We went for breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
How did I eat?
Just ate normal.
Yeah. You know, it's just people ask, do you even enjoy food? Well, yeah, I love food. You know, I go around the world and I experience amazing dishes. And, you know, if I always ate like that, I wouldn't enjoy these trips. You know, I've been to some really, really cool restaurants and some experienced some really cool cuisine. And, you know, day to day, I like to enjoy myself. So when you see me plowing through food, you got to understand that has become my job.
Right.
You know, showing off that skill. It's my job. You know, there were times when I started and it was fun to show off
Right.
and everything, you know, but there comes a point where it's like, you know, it's you have to differentiate the two, and
Right.
you know, it's your job, and you know, when it's time to shine, you shine, but when it's not time to shine, enjoy.
Right.
Can you cook?
Yeah.
Are you like into food like that?
Yeah, I actually so we moved into our first house, Mel and I, in July, and we're renovating the kitchen so that I can actually do a really cool cooking show online.
Very cool.
We have a very cool concept in mind, and I think
cool.
everyone's
Great
going to
idea.
really enjoy it. So yeah, making the space for it to make some really cool stuff. Yeah, I love cooking. Yeah, because women love a man that can cook
Men love a man that can cook.
That too.
naked.
Wait.
Naked,
What?
pantsless.
Yeah.
What?
Is that the
You
concept?
ever heard of the bacon challenge, the naked bacon challenge?
Oh,
Where
that's
you,
got to
like-
be tough. Yeah.
Supposed
Well, I
to
mean, I
cook-
already got the concept in my head. Yeah, even just cooking bacon shirtless is
Yeah.
not smart.
Oil bomb.
Fucking pops you.
Yeah.
Ah!
Right on your dick.
We thought about doing that during we do something called Collab Fest every year with these with a bunch of YouTuber friends. So like not fitness related,
Yeah.
so like pranksters and stuff. And yeah, that was the one video that we didn't film when we got together. It was an idea of somebody's, and
You're all
we ended
naked
up-
together?
We ended up not filming it.
Aw.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
too
you know
bad.
all those guys, Atwood and all kind of the huge old YouTubers. That's pretty cool. How'd you meet most of them? Just shoot an email out. Hey man, you
No,
want to do
know,
something?
I've met them through like expos like VidCon,
Yeah.
so YouTube convention and
It's
stuff
like the
that.
Arnold for the YouTubes.
Yeah, it's just so weird because especially if you're in the fitness industry or you know you have that kind of following, you have no following when you go there.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
just
yeah.
like everyone leaves. You know, some people know who you are, but mostly it's just like you could get through crowds no problem. But if you have that younger girl crowd, you know, they just go crazy.
Yeah, you
for
do makeup or something or comedy.
Yeah, they
or-
just like they plow you down. Like they just like. Man.
Unboxing
Imagine
makeup
they
and
did-
whispering at the same time.
Imagine if they did that in the fitness industry, where it's
Yeah.
like they just tackle
It
you
would
down.
smell
Yeah.
terrible.
No, they like tackle you down to the ground when they see you. You're just like you wouldn't
Yeah.
go. You wouldn't go to expos.
Is it mainly like young girls, or is it kind of
Yeah.
mixture of girls, guys? Or?
Yeah, it's a mixture of girls and guys, but
Right.
they're still young, very
Yeah, yeah.
young, right? So they definitely look at different kinds of videos. I noticed that when I
My
started
daughter's
doing
8, and she's like starting to get into watching YouTube more. And
Yeah.
like, her and
I'm
a
her
couple of
favorite YouTuber. I know.
Yeah, exactly. Her and a couple of her friends, when they get together, if they start like screaming or laughing or something, it's so fucking loud. Like, they have a lot of like energy. Whereas like my son, like him and his buddies, will mess around and you'll hear them like wrestling, but you're not gonna hear them like screaming and
Yeah, the girls just go crazy.
yeah, they lose their shit basically.
Yeah,
And then it's like, Daddy, buy me that T-shirt. Buy me that YouTuber's T-shirt. Gimme.
Yeah, people don't know how small fitness YouTube is.
Yeah.
It's
nothing. An ant.
It really is. It really is. You know, we're all growing. We're all getting bigger channels, but in the YouTube perspective, gaming is where it's at.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's big gaming channels, but there's the most gaming channels. So it's like, I think it's 0.0000001% of them have over 1 million subscribers.
Right.
I wonder if we're going to get to a point like people are like paying to watch people play video games. I wonder if we're going to get to a point where like you're going to watch people play Madden against each other instead of watching an actual football game. Because so many people get fucking hurt when they play football.
I mean, at the top competitions of whatever Counter-Strike and stuff, I think you can buy tickets to go sit in the stands.
Totally. Especially the biggest game would be League of Legends.
Yeah, so nerdy.
It's so huge. It's so massive. Like there's sponsored League of Legend players. There's like I think the top guys get sponsored by companies for like $900 to $1 million a year
That's crazy.
to play video games. It's gotten insane.
I think
video games are hard though. You know, it's
to be the best.
I mean, it's like
Like I said,
it sounds silly, but
I
it's,
have a gaming channel. I have a gaming channel, but I suck at it, so I'd never post anything on there because I'm just like so embarrassed by it. But everyone just keeps demanding it, so I think I'm gonna start doing it. It has 100,000 subscribers, so might as well start doing something with it.
What do you
right?
Watch
play?
me suck with
I
Furious
don't
Pete.
know.
Do you have like PlayStation or Xbox or?
PC.
Yeah, that's nerdy too.
I mean,
I just play
when
Xbox.
I was younger, I played a lot of StarCraft.
Oh, I played some StarCraft.
StarCraft was shit,
Yeah,
man.
I played a lot of
Good
StarCraft,
shit.
a little
That
bit of
was
StarCraft
good.
too.
Yeah. What was your race?
Anything. I like the Terran. But
Terran was good. Protoss is cool too.
They're all cool.
They're all
It was a pretty cool
It depends
game.
what you're feeling, right?
Yeah, I played like the fake games though.
do you mean?
Like the custom games where you play like defenses.
Oh
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. That's still fun.
Yeah, way fun.
It was great.
But I was not that.
I kind of want to download it again now
Dude,
and
I
play
would
it.
love to do it. We'll
Yeah.
play each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't nerdy enough to be good at
I'll
games.
go Protoss up your ass.
If
you
they have
know.
no idea. Yeah.
What?
What? Sounds hot.
We'll leave you two alone.
Yeah.
It seems like a good place to.
They're robots.
Your joystick
Step
is so
away.
big, Mike. Oh my god.
Just killer robots. That's all.
Killer.
Oh.
Killer.
All right. Well, I think that's fucking it.
Time to eat
enough
more
of this
food.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Multiply your hustle, multiply your muscle. I'm at Mark Smelly Bell on Instagram and Twitters, and may all your shits be tapered.
Whoa. At Silent Mike with 2Ks. Instagram and Twitter.
I'd like to thank our sponsors:
Everybody.
Caveman Coffee Co.,
Anal bleach.
Anal Bleach, HowMuchYouBench.net, Rogue
RogueFitness.com and CompexUSA.com.
Compex USA, and 8 Man Strong. I'm Jim McD, STTV. Everywhere that I would want you to find me, follow the show on Instagram at Mark Bell's PowerCast, Facebook.com/SuperTrainingGym, Instagram, and Periscope, which did not work for us today. At
Everybody that
STTV.
you're gay.
That was the last beat.
Mark Bell's PowerCast is a production of Super Training